There we go. There we go. Hopefully, you guys can hear me properly. I don't know whether you guys can hear me properly, but we'll find out. I apologize. My voice is absolutely bloody awful today, as you can tell. My voice has been bloody awful for the past week. I'm going to turn up my mic. Give me a sec. Oh my god. I'm coughing to hell and back. This is a great time. So hopefully... There we go. Hopefully we'll be better today than we were last week. I've got some tissues and I'm suffering from a cold at the moment. Hence why my voice sounds awfully nasally. And it means at least we'll get to Black Quill and Scuttlebutt voices really easily because of the fact that, like, those two I have really nasally. But yes, today we're finishing case number 3, finally, after a week. We were originally going to do it last week, but in order to catch up, we're going to be doing 2 Ace Attorney streams this week. We're going to be finishing 3 and starting 4 today, and then we're hopefully going to be finishing number 4 tomorrow. So that's going to be really cool. At least with like all the things of me having a cold and being in bed for literally a week, it's given me a chance to binge watch all the random shit that I grew up with. That interest has come back. I used to be obsessed with a show called The Thunderbirds, like the original 1960s Thunderbirds as a kid. And it's kind of come back as like a weird interest. And I'm like, give us a better remake than what we got, please. Or give us a way better remake of Captain Scarlet. I would love to see a better remake of Captain Scarlet, because they did one in 2005. It's just the voice acting was a bit shit and the CGI was, well, I mean, it was 2005, so what do you expect? But yeah, let us go on to the trial of day 2, and we're going to be going on to this. I apologise with my voice. I sound bloody awful today. God damn. October 26th, 9:45 AM, District Court. But hey Swan, how you doing? Defendant lobby number 3. You're about to sleep. Were you able to sleep last night? No, I've had a cold for the past week. My immunosuppressed ass is not liking this. Huh?
Oh, sleep. Sure, I slept for a grand total of 0 hours.
Oh, hey, Claudia.
Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice print analysis came back and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. In other words, the recording's a fabrication.
Okay. It's been identified as a fake.
The lab is continuing their study of the tape, and so far they've found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased.
Huh? Who's there?
Wait!
Did you see who it was?
No, I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping.
I wonder if he saw a hand.
Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and the box girl were listening in too. I'll make sure they don't make a run for it. That's my final gift to you.
Okay, all that's left now is to reach to the truth.
Time for a mini Chords of Steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. A drink of the day is water, lemonade, and a bit of tea. I'm hoping that my lemon tea manages to soothe my throat this time. And then I don't have to last like this for 6 hours, so we'll find out.
I'm Athena Sykes, and I'm fine.
Turn the mic ever so slightly down again. Here we go. Just gonna move the bowl over here.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The Sykes Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready as well. Well, I mean, isn't that right, Blackwell? Well, now moving right along, yesterday's adjournment was unexpected yet necessary. I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody, understood? The boneless Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor recanted their confessions. But later I shall grill them at leisure to find out whether I can charge them with perjury. Well, this sure complicates matters, still one must not overlook the facts about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday.
I'm gonna turn down the... I'm gonna just turn this bit down because I think that works, right? Yeah. Okay.
A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The art room clock runs fast and cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he's paying for his failure as we speak.
Poor Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact.
But if that's the case, then what will we? The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from the art room to the stage, and I mean to prove it here this day.
It's just like Detective Fulbright said. What else does he have up his sleeve?
Oh god damn.
My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the art room as evidenced by the blood stain. Blood was found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area, which is to say the body was carried over to that very window. From there it was dropped down to the maintenance area below, and though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage.
Let me just blow my nose. Yeah, Akabi. Okay.
That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone even could have moved the body that way.
Objection!
Objection. Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either.
Why you?
Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth.
I'm assuming it's gonna be Means, right? Oh no, it's you. Hey.
Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation? Hugh O'Connor, I'm a senior at Thames Legal Academy and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday I told the lawyer I would testify to the truth, so I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now?
What's he up to?
The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now your testimony, please.
What's O'Connor saw? Okay.
The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching from a vantage point between the stage and maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area, but I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client.
Never a snappy comeback when I need one.
He's coming straight at us today using any means possible.
To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse.
Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away if she refused it?
There's plenty wrong with that. There's but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body.
It sucks being the last to know everything.
I think I get it now. Anyway, gosh. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat. The only matter that thickness is where the body is assumed to be dropped. It would be hard to deny a possible link to the case. We're off to a bad start again. Are you sure you're okay, Athena?
It's game on, Hugh. Game on.
You're gonna turn your arrogant... Okay.
I'm gonna turn your arrogant, perfect score grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure.
Oh my god, my voice sounds fucking awful today. God. My American accent is not keeping up today. Oh my lord. I need to blow my nose. Jeez. We're having a great time today. My immunosuppressed ass decided, nah, cold? Nah, you're staying in bed for 2 weeks. This is why I was like, I have to stream now because, like, if I don't, I probably won't get to do it again. And because of this fucking thing. Anyway. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of it. I hate the fact that you can't speed the text. I was watching her from a vantage point between stage and maintenance area. Where?
Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said?
I was between the stage and maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop. He's sticking to his guns. The issue here is where Hugh was standing when he said he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. He's trying to dig a little deeper. Before you ask, I had my glasses on. Never I'm positive it was Juniper. That's not an issue. Okay. Headed towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. Mr. Confidential goes all out when he tells the truth.
I don't think he meant for any of that to be misleading, but it doesn't make it factual.
Careful now, a genius like you could be leading you right into a trap.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't, but all he can do is charge forward with both eyes open.
I'm assuming that means he wants us to present evidence. What have we got? I forgot what we've actually got. Is this where he was, right? I'm assuming that's where he was, right? I don't want to present it. No, I don't want to. Okay. Our client was simply putting the mat away. It had nothing to do with the case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. There's one mat in the entire school that could cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body.
If we win this one, I promise to donate another thick mat to the academy.
Show me to show you the truth. I'll have my full cooperation. Okay, cool. I'm gonna save here. And I'm gonna see whether I can present something to show where his vantage point was. Where, like...
Objection!
Anyway, gosh.
So you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and maintenance area. Let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt. This photo shows the students setting up the stage before the mock trial.
I'm eating, give me a sec.
Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage?
Why, yes, in fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house. Until a few days ago, too. It's noisy, but I couldn't take a peek. That piqued my interest.
Exactly, Your Honor. You can't see past such screens. That's their purpose. Now let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again?
Give me a sec. I've literally just realized that the mic has been off the entire time. Holy shit, I'm fucking stupid. Oh my god. I went to blow my nose and then completely forgot the mic was off. Shit. Oh well. Rip. Rip me. Oh my god. This cold is doing shit to my brain. Like, oh my lord.
The witness... Sorry, I'm gonna history this for a sec. You're testifying your client was behind the stage, but need I remind this court the back of the stage isn't visible from the front. To actually see your client behind the stage from the stage side, the witness would have to be in the same area behind the stage. He would. But in that case, our client would have to have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor.
Ooh, nice one, Athena. Keep it up. I'm petting my bird. Alright, golden boy. Is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest.
The truth? What truth?
The golden boy was here, was... The golden boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the screen.
Objection! Then the screen would have blocked his view.
Objection!
On the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke rises, always wants to rise up high. Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think it was in the forklift, wasn't he?
Something on the other side of the screen, something high enough to see the stage. This crane right here. I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial.
Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it's moved before you found the body. That's far enough, Blackquill. Remember your promise. He's got a driver's license, therefore he's over 17. Is that what the thingy is? But it says he's like 18, so... I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in charge in exchange for information.
What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackquill's using against him?
And what's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden Boy did not go up into the crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds. What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane? The witness, object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof I ever operated the crane. There's fucking photos.
Actually, there just might be something that proves you did.
What?
If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt I'd be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day, too.
Is this what you're thinking of, Athena?
As the court can see, this photo had captured the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor.
You serious? This is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is ridiculous as the witness maintains.
The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light.
That's all very well and good, but how do you propose to do that?
The person in this photo is one distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. His neck? Because he's got the thing on his neck. The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Well, yes, you can see it right there, but are you saying you mean to?
Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost completely concealed by his tall collar. That's exactly why I believe he warrants further examination.
Not a chance. That'd be a blatant violation of my privacy. You are a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
What's the big deal? Let's see your neck.
Guess I've got no choice.
Is he not gonna have it on? Oh, he does have it on.
Oh my.
So where'd you buy that neckband, if I might ask?
I didn't buy it. It's handmade and there's only one like it in the world.
Pretty sure it looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we get the photo analyzed?
You're one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It's got nothing to do with the school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can power apart one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. When you factor in all of the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? But you see, I'm a genius, so, you know...
Objection!
Let's just dispense with this inane charade, golden boy.
So he's 20 is the whole thing. He's not 18, he's 20. He got held back a year or two, maybe. Is that his whole thing?
High school seniors are 19 at most, thus they fail to complete the requirements. That does not apply to you. Does it, Mr. O'Connor? Where's that?
Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around the age.
Oh, please. Actually, golden boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school.
Oh, wow, he's 25. I thought he was like 22. I forgot how old he was. Wait, come again?
Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. It's all right there.
25? You mean he's older than me?
25, not a high school student.
This is why I assumed it was uni. Because I know people who were in their like mid-20s or who were in uni.
Who's like in a meeting? A 7-year break. 7 years. I've just one thing to say. There are two kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take, and the genius kind people are using.
I'm assuming he wanted to switch careers then. I'm assuming that's just what it was. But a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break.
I think you have that backwards, Athena. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happen to make mine only 7 years in a row.
Only Hugh can get away with using only like that.
Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accuser dragging the mat. The accuser readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. But much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further. Considering the body was moved in the same manner as the square, I find Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me?
As long as the mat was used to move the body, Junie's gonna be under suspicion.
Athena, I just saw something. What was Hugh doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He could have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start.
Yeah, why was he in the crane?
Wait, you don't think he was moving the body, wasn't he? Because if, yeah, he could use the crane to move the body. I'm gonna quickly just take some throat syrup. So this is gonna be like the most vile tasting bullshit you will I've ever had in my life. Oh my god. I love child safety locks. They're my favorite part. Okay. And then I need my lemonade. I have to do it every 4 hours and I did it earlier and I was like, oh my god. Oh my lord. That is disgusting. Oh my god, that cough syrup is disgusting. Anyway.
Your Honor.
There's Miss Sykes.
I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that turned the prosecution's claim on its head. Although conjectures never stopped us before.
Interesting.
Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move the body. The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. Not simplistic, even foolish, perhaps.
Those are pretty strong words, Athena. Are you sure about this?
The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save this does not bode well for you.
He's on my side this time? Or is this another trap?
Watch this. I can use a bow and arrow one-handed. That's also not boding well for you.
It's a crazy level of dexterity.
You can even drive a crane with one hand, that's easy. But operating the crane is complex, it requires both. Now, I would have the court look at this.
Please tell me that's a ketchup stain.
My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I've already verified this with the hospital. Quite a nasty wound, they say.
So how did you hurt it?
I see no need to discuss that. There's no relevance to the case.
Yeah, but what if it does?
2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane.
Now I'm the fool.
I planned on moving the crane that night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanting to keep my part-time job, I had to do it just before the mock trial instead.
And here I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for.
He can move the crane with his mouth, yes. Hazy, how you doing? We are playing some Destinies. Yeah, he can move that crane with his mouth. Like, he only needs one mouth to move that lever. Just like, pop it in there and go. Alright, gotta move it to the left. I gotta move it to the right. I can use my hands to drive it. I mean, if he can drive the crane one-handed, he can use his mouth to move the lever. Like, come on. Or just take his shoes off. You can do it with his feet, yeah. Exactly. Now the defense's severities laid bare, I'll have the court recur my claim. Yeah, just bottom hands, exactly. The body was dropped out of the third floor to the mat near the maintenance area. Then a ball cart was used to move it from the stage. So you have to be paying attention. Oh my god, it's already been half an hour. Holy shit, we've only picked 2 options. Fucking hell, this trial's gonna be long. Well done, your boldness. Now consider this. The accused was sighted dragging the mat, ergo it was she who moved the body. What if it wasn't the mat that he landed in, that she landed in? I mean, there's the, I was thinking of this one. Hung by a wire between the stage and the art room. Maybe they fell into the banner and not onto the mat. And they got caught on the banner and then they simply moved the banner so you couldn't see it. You do? Juniper remains the prime suspect if he has seen the body was moved per script. As the defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved.
But is he telling me to think of another way besides the crane?
Yes. If you have a counter argument, the court will have to hear it. And if you do not, it's time for the verdict. Isn't that correct?
Objection! Objection. Of course I have an objection. Not yet. All I have to do is show the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right?
It would show the matter had nothing to do with the case. If I present the banner that has blood on it, I don't know which banner I should be presenting, but I'm assuming that she fell into the banner and not into the mat, and that's how they moved it. There's a sort of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence. I love how I sneezed as soon as Tucker flew off, and I got really concerned.
You don't scare me. Force a smile. You couldn't do it.
What's wrong with your face? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped.
Could anyone lower it without just dropping? It's not like you could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage.
Wire. We loaded them onto the into the banner and then like zip wired them down like they did in Turnabout Big Top, except they're doing this one a lot better. Oh yes, of course. Besides, the court would like to see what you have for us.
All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of possibility. The mat and ball court weren't used to use the body. This is what was used.
This, I think.
Take that! The key here is the thing that ties the art room and stage together.
Might I propose an idea? Might do you well to tie your lips together lest you further expose your ignorance.
This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackquill. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via this wire.
Oh my god, we're getting the Destinies.
Objection!
I can't say it. Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen. Yeah, there are no signs of blunt force trauma.
Objection! You surprised me, Prosecutor Blackquill. I didn't actually think I failed to account for that.
I'm sure that's exactly what he thought.
When we investigated the stage, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied to a pouch-like shape. And pouches are usually for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried?
Oh, please explain.
The body was bundled into the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. The body would have been down on that stage in a flash, and there'd be no need for a map.
I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying.
Objection!
I've no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim's as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd hire wire act.
If you've an actual objection, then come out and say it.
I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have got to be by the window above the quad, along with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area, but it could have been moved. Ergo, the wire and banner had naught to do with this case.
The bloodstained pottery. I remember that.
This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the map theory if you don't do something. Well, mistakes. I hope you have something better than the circus act.
If my white theory is true, the blood in the pottery must not have been the victim's blood. Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Maybe it's Hugh's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from?
Shame on you, Sykes. Have a little more respect for the constabulary.
Fulbright.
Fulbright?
Looks like they didn't check it. Don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes.
Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way until the tests are run.
True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can.
Your boldness, I demand the blood on the pottery be analysed. I'm assuming it's going to be Hugh's then. Of course, it shouldn't take long to get the results. I'm reminded that was quick.
Weird history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please, let it be someone else's.
It seems the blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved in the case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor.
Yeah, because Juniper said that his hands were covered in blood, so it was... Spore.
My god, me!
Flashback, flashback, flashback. Flashback, flashback, flashback. Da 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 da. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered a serious injury. Sustained a wound in his struggle with the victim and his blood got on the pottery. And Judy saw his bloodstained hands as they passed each other in the first floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
Who's that? There we go. There's but one way to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudges with Sykes, for she has forced me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever.
How much dirt does he have on him?
God will also observe his odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam's scuttlebutt script was found.
The scuttlebutts. But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained your script?
Circumstances have changed. Golden Boy had hidden this from us all. Let's see, my word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut. Indeed, you can clearly see if this envelope is not opened correctly. Oh, there's a ray. Powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. The only one who'd been told that the correct way to open it was Constance Court.
Yikes, Miriam wasn't kidding when she said it.
The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script. and paid for his foolishness.
Ouch. This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen.
Don't worry, Athena, the wound isn't that deep. You still got the wire theory. Oh, give me a sec. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that.
You call yourself a lawyer? Do you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking?
Huh?
The court would like to remind the witnesses' role is not to point out. And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? Whatever. You've forgotten the two statues were on stage directly below the wire. Well, they were both, avoiding since sliding down when they crashed into them. Well, they were both crashed beforehand. I believe he's right. The statues and the wire are extremely close together.
So the body would have collided with the statues? What if they did collide? That's it. Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them, that would also explain the loud sound we heard while we were in the waiting room.
Now you mention it. You and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard the sound.
Objection!
Interesting. How very interesting, but maybe I ask just one question. When was it that you heard said sound?
It was a little after the mock trial had started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears in the waiting room when...
Oh. That sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved. That would place it during the mock trial.
Which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started.
Ah.
He said he saw it before the mock trial, so... my claim the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction, it's gonna get me and my case killed.
Is that focuses on 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That's been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of
Objection!
both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. Should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion? I've got hiccups now. God, my immunosuppressed ass is loving today, God. Good point.
Blackwell. He's on our side.
I bet he's figured out the truth. Well, great, as long as he's not up to something else.
If the statues really were broken when the body hit them, Hugh's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a lie. Okay, Mr. Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction but when you saw the body. Look me straight in the eyes and repeat your statement.
Like I said before, for the mock trial, the body was, you know, a body. I shall say this only once, Golden Boy. You'd best tell the truth, and better do it now. As if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body. Just gonna blow my nose.
There we go.
Yikes. Did you truly witness the body or not?
Or were you just lying about it? Which is it?
You what?
I
never saw the body. You're sure about that? Lie to this court and I'll charge you with perjury. There was no body on the stage. I've been lying about it the whole time. I'm sorry. Why is he lying about the body for? Who is he trying to cover for? Well, obviously we know who the killer is. I had to think about it the entire time.
Why would he lie about this to begin with?
Order. The base premise, the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and prosecution's cases.
Well, first I like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. At least we know the body was moved using the wire and school banner.
Indeed. Not much I shall concede, Sykes. The body was moved as you stated and in the midst of the mock trial. Both sides are satisfied. If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst, it's an entirely different story. Yeah.
Right, all 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
You did it. How simplistic. You forget about the student in charge of the audio. Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall. What's this? Who was the person in charge of the audio? Oh, Juniper was.
Oh no.
Yeah, flashback. He's out. The one who could enter the art room amidst the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused, Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio. Oh, I see, it does make sense.
This can't be happening. Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper. No matter how you slice it, we're cooked. Here I thought Professor Blackwell was on our side, at least on this issue.
A twisted samurai strikes again.
Twisted, it's more like dirty rotten.
Your boldness, it is time to put an end to this farce. Objection, you need a therapy session. Welcome to his attorney.
I've got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente. I've been trying to think of something.
I'm drawing big blank too. Use your bullshit abilities.
At least we figure out something. She'll be... Objection. I object to...
Who said hold it? Was it Hugh? Why is he laughing? Still right there. All ears to me, it's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. Listen, you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime. Oh, what?
Perfect.
Perfect crime?
This is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday?
Yep, yes we did.
Better not be another one of his enraging traps. The murder, moving of my body, the cover-up that sprung from my brilliant mind. Go ahead, arrest me. The real killer is right before you. What do I say, Mr. O'Connor? Georgie confessed yesterday that earlier today recanted it. As if you mouth breathers could comprehend it, the end justifies the means. Now bow down and kneel before my great and maddening intellect. I'm assuming he's saying that to try and go, Haynes did this, please, I can't say it because he's here.
Objection!
The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. It's impossible for you to have been the perpetrator. There's no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi for you at the mock trial. And silly I must remind you, but you were participants the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly act.
Hugh doesn't seem a little bit shaken by Blackwell's threat.
Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honour, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I'll now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. Okay. You won't believe it, but I used a body double. It wasn't me at the mock trial. It means I didn't almost lose. The body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I'm the runner of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. Is it just me or does the witness testimony make no sense?
It's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache.
Yeah, that was just plain weird, especially about the whole thing about a body double. I'm relieved it's not just me, the prosecution. Your boldness, summon an ambulance is instant, but not for me. The witness is stark, raving mad. I think that would be for the best. Let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict. You don't believe me?
It's not a matter of not believing you. It's more along the lines of questioning your sanity.
The funny farm is cold, they want their genius back. Shut your pile. The intellect of a genius transcends even logic. There we go. Sorry, just blowing my nose more. Don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this? Oh, the mood matrix.
Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous testimony.
Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. How about we give Widget a try?
Well, this is against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short therapy session. Fine.
Oh, better judgment. I'm a judge. It's far beyond mine, yet I find it hard to say no. Blackwell, I trust you have no objections. Blackwell? I've left. Bye.
The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll. Then left with Detective Fulbright. How does he get away with stuff like that?
I'll interpret that as meeting as no explicit objections. Oh, Sykes, you may proceed with your therapy session. Please account. There we go. I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake. Guess we're doing this. What's this? Overwhelming happy? Wait, what is that overwhelming happy? Okay. What's this? What's this fucking thing?
Oh, it's because he wants her to... It's Juniper being innocent. Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said you didn't really care about Miss Woods anymore. Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to the press court. Oh, the bribe. She wanted nothing to do with me because I disappointed her. So I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was about one thing, the truth. Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness that you might set Miss Woods free. So much it overshadowed all your other emotions. What are you? You can hear it clearly now, Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed. He really was trying to protect Juniper. I'm sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. Okay. Hey. My black quilt are back. The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Can we all agree the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused? I can have you just like taking a longer stroll. You haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet. Can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes, I do. But if you think I didn't, then prove it. Either we quit here and Juniper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice, but first let me update his testimony. Okay. He's surprised here. No emotions during this one. He's sad here. I feel like it's either gonna be this, like why is he sad? Or it's just this one. Because there is no emotions whatsoever here. There's no emotions whatsoever on this segment, so I think it's the lack of something. And considering he's happy on every other one, I think it's going to be the lack of happiness, because the fact that every other one is happy apart from that one. We just think about Hugh and his competitive nature. We should be able to figure out the root cause of his discord. Surprise there. I think it's this one. There's no happiness there. I didn't almost lose. You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during this statement. You don't know when to give up, do you? Now that I think about it. Please stop making stuff up. We'll leave the lecture hall. It was during Professor Mean's pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body, and I slipped back in just before the verdict. You're saying that you were there the moment your double was about to lose. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. Figured no one would see me if I came through the door.
Objection!
Sykes, how much longer will you indulge him in this charade? Oh my god. Well, it's true none of the audience may have seen him go through either of the doors. The faculty seats are a different story and have a splendid view. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side while facing the front of the hall. I used the door on the right side, near the lawyer's bench. That means my movements were only visible to someone on the left balcony seat. But that seat was empty, which is only natural. After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we all know, she was already dead.
Can't be right. An empty balcony on the left side.
Oh! No, it shouldn't be. It should be means that should be sat there, but it was empty the entire time. If it was empty, he hasn't ability to do the murder.
I had no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess I'll have to follow it and see where it takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really?
Saw it with my own eyes, it was definitely empty.
But what about this diagram? According to this, Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. But if he left it during his pre-task speech, he would have been standing there to see, addressing the students and faculty.
Ooh. Okay. You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. Told plenty of lies, but this part's true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You've got to believe me.
Doesn't seem like he's lying. Okay, let's have you testify again, but don't spare any details.
You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you want. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer.
All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not.
Okay. Update. Why is there sadness there? I think it's this one.
I detect powerful sadness and fear right after you said it. As if you said something you shouldn't have.
What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings or to see.
Mr. O'Connor, it's you who's revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad.
You're a horrible person. Why can't you leave me be?
You said you went through the empty audio control room. But that's not true. There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. That someone whose audio control room was Juniper, right?
Take that!
I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. Why you felt so uneasy. The audio control room really was empty. That would mean Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, tell the truth. If you believe in it, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her.
Juniper's innocent. That's the truth. In this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. Oh my god. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies.
His heart won't hold out under the battle between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false testimony?
If you're nothing, now I've lost everything. Go ahead, Blackwell, cut me down. I thought you'd never ask. With you gone, we may need to swiftly proceed to a verdict. Heard. broken his shackles again. Okay, cool. Broke out of his shackles again. I don't want to be the poor counting down at the detention center. Your Connor, in defense of your valor, I will limit your suffering to a clean blow.
Could you wait one moment before you cut him down?
Silence.
Ow.
I never learned about this in law school.
Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time? Very well, Golden Boy may live. For now.
Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything.
That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything from me now. But what does it matter? I might as well tell you everything. This is no doubt news to you, but I never was a genius.
I already knew that.
Me too. Don't forget me. Though in all fairness, it was pretty obvious. No need to rub it in, just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned my parents had been paying good money for my grades. That's bribery.
Bribery wasn't Hugh's idea.
No. All my perfect scores were the product of cold hard cash, not genius. Even worse when I confronted him over the phone. Juniper overheard. Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding. I've been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to see. I'm no genius. I'm just worthless. You'd be a good friend of Eustace Winner. Perfect to 0. Hugh. Even so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. But I wanted to clear her name by putting the blame on myself. She probably hates me now, so it would be a relief to see me locked away. If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth, so I thought if I did, it'd help her. He wasn't trying to provoke us? Looks like we seriously misunderstood him in more ways than one.
At the detention center yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid. If there was something out there that could help, I'd prove that to Hugh.
Flashback.
What about that proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder where or what it is.
The band. No sound there. Aww.
Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. That band around his neck. Mr. O'Connor, that band around your neck. That's your proof of friendship, isn't it?
Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase?
In court, evidence is everything. That's why the three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship.
Very interesting and chic.
If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look to the proofs they have on hand. That's why Mr. Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he's pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other two.
Doesn't matter if I wear it, if those
Objection!
But they feel the same way too. I know they wear their friendship bands somewhere. Junie and Robin both feel the same. I know it. Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, he also may have just told me the others wear their proof of friendship. Well, they're easy to touch. All we have to do is think back to their testimonies.
Oh, it's like the Apollo thing of like, where do they touch when they're nervous? On the arm.
Miss Newman holds her arm when pressured.
And a wrist.
And Woods holds her wrist. I know Woods very well. She'd never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. And taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad.
Arg. Aww.
Oh. Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Hugh!
Ah.
Hey, Hugh!
Aww.
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
How do they take them off? Is it like a clasp? I didn't kill anyone. And I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body. I didn't even see it. And it may look like I'm speed reading Zen in the art of mastering, but I haven't read a single word. Could have fooled me, in fact you did. Miss Sykes, can I place my trust in you?
I'm going to save Junie. So yes, you can place your trust in me.
Am I to understand the witness is recanting his confession? Yes. Most roundabout trial, I must prefer the turnabout variety myself. Now back to the fact there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi, which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time. So we're back to square one. Now I'm exhausted and depressed.
Probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix.
Mead still isn't there. Further resistance is futile. The time for a verdict is now.
Objection!
Wait,
What sort of devilry you're up to now?
what if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right?
Well, I suppose it would. Give me a sec. I hate it when there's just no music. I'm waiting for the next section of music.
We found someone. It may seem like a major roundabout. But Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. He was telling the truth. During the mock trial, the balcony seat was empty, which means there is one person unaccounted for. Besides Junie, the only other person without an alibi is Means.
Take that!
balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it?
How many more times do you have to see?
Basically means wasn't where he was supposed to be during the mock trial.
Silence!
You gotta remind you, every last soul in the electoral heard him deliver his
Objection!
I know, and that's not in dispute here. Let me explain how a speech could have been given from an empty seat. It was pre-recorded. What if the speech was pre-recorded?
Oh, and that's what was on the recording. That was what was pre-recorded. And that's what the Eurogana was recorded over.
The only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat.
Wait, you accusing Professor Means? That's insane. And he's the one who gave me the tape recorder. Take this to the police and tell them that you found it. Wow. He's the one who recorded over it.
Did you say that Professor Means gave that phony recording to you?
The friends were afraid from hurling up substantiated allegations. I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony?
Wow, who'd have seen this development coming?
I'm gonna quickly BRB for a sec, because I'm gonna go and take some ibuprofen and paracetamol while I hope that my voice gets better. So give me a second. Give me a second, I'll be like 2 minutes. There we go, I'm back. Okay. It should hopefully be better.
You could have seen this development coming.
Okay. Identified as a fake, Professor Means used huge passive to the police.
The voice shouting Eurogana is recorded on his tape was dubbed onto it using a line or client that was said in the mock trial video.
This is an extremely crucial piece of evidence.
Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, then Professor Means' guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand.
Silence!
The seat was never empty, 'twas but an oversight by a dullard of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. It's often all easy to overlook critical symptoms. Really, Lawrence Gordon?
I'm not going to overlook this oversight. The speech was pre-recorded. The basis for suspecting a client wouldn't be shattered. Let's check with Means to see whether the empty seat is a witness oversight. A verdict without first looking into that would be inconceivable.
That's enough, both of you. Now here's my opinion on the matter. While a certain overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness oversight too must not be overlooked. As to the matter of whether Professor Means was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe I asked the professor himself.
I agree. Means should be here in the gallery today.
Do as you please. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record? Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. I teach the lawyer course at Famous Legal Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion.
Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We need to take another look at the speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation?
If that's all you're interested in, please proceed, Miss Sykes. Still, I fucking hate his face. It's annoying me so much. Although there is the temptation to also do Ace Attorney tomorrow, I may not do Ace Attorney tomorrow because if my voice doesn't like an hour and a half, I think I'm going to try and do 4, maybe 5 hours at the most. Oh my god, my voice. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows the speech was pre-recorded. I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. Okay.
I'd forgotten how long and boring his speech was.
We'd be up once this is over.
No fear. Eek! I'm awake, I'm awake. Isn't that right?
Well, I'm awake too, wide awake. Our pure white lady Justice will be watching. That's about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I saw some of our students with tears. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears. Listen, Sykes, if you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose, talk will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out.
Eek! But you were asleep.
Well, Miss Sykes, do you notice anything strange?
Could I please hear that last part again?
Hold it!
And you found out what we needed. I'm having one question about your speech. Why is the last part we just heard contradict with the statue?
Take that!
If it's said the pure white Lady Justice would be watching over, the Lady Justice in the video isn't close to being white. It's as gold can be.
I'm not sure if I can wrap my jaw around that to test your authenticity.
I didn't say it was made of gold. Now it's true the statue is pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement.
It's a shame on every count.
This golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one. I mean, the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color had it been present.
It seems I've caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part.
Objection!
The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like?
I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had been previously white. I'm afraid there's no sufficient evidence. We had around so long ago, the accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall.
Wait. There's gotta be something that can prove the speech was pre-recorded.
According to the mock trial video, speech started here and ended here. It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again.
Only a little over 10 minutes? It felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was?
Easy, there's a timestamp in the top right. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from and the time it ended. Speech goes from the 10-minute mark to 20:35. I guess where I've seen the same interval of time listed among the evidence.
Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show it was pre-recorded. Is there anything that says?
Testing's underway. Oh, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Oh.
Take that!
I would like the court to take a look at this.
Oh, this is.
The voice print analysis that proves the voice in the tape recorder belongs to her client.
Didn't we just establish the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication?
We did, but what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there.
Noise.
The defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased.
What do you hope to prove?
The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech?
Exactly 10.
Let's fast forward this long-winded exercise in boredom to its end. Stop. The video timestamp now reads 20:35. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone.
Subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:30. Hang on, 10 minutes and 35 seconds.
Right, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Same as the noise on the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. It means this pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence!
You still feel rather confident considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers? The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. It won't be long until we know what was originally there. Now I'm sure the professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording by pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not gonna get away with this time. Not on my watch.
Miss Sykes. Oh no. I believe you're well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what happened.
All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony.
Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I'd been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now you can cast this blame upon me.
Hey Megazin, how you doing?
I have no choice but to reveal the truth. My voice is awful today because I've had a cold for the past week. And so we're playing case 4 today. Depending on how we feel, we could do another stream tomorrow. But we'll find out. Kept you waiting, huh?
This doesn't sound good.
I'll read the truth behind why I recalled my speech. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say. By all means. Okay. Came to me what she said was important. Pre-record my speech and come to the audio. Confess the murder and told me I get her declared innocent. I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi. When I said I would protect her, I meant it because she's a... Short-saying the defendant threatened you? Has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true. On the consequences and implications, let me completely be frank with you. The Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that end states the end justifies the means.
I don't believe you.
When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her 2 friends innocent. The witnesses? Correct, Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all 3 walked free. All 3 were to have achieved their dream. That was the result she was seeking. She was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. I can hear that. I hope you get better. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna probably go to 4 hours at the most and see how far we get in chapter 4. And then I probably won't end up streaming on Sunday unless it's just like a regular art stream. You currently at the gym before that you had a session? Cool. Oh my god. Yeah, today we're just attempting to do case number 3. Oh my gosh. Oh, pop my arm there. You had no doubt at high praise for her tactics. That's why I've vowed to rigorously defend her despite her threatening me. You don't sound too hot. Nah, I'm not. I've been suffering with this voice for a week and a half, hence why I've not been streaming. It's why I had to call off stream last week, and I was like, oh, okay. But we're still gonna keep going to 4 hours. It's not too bad. At least I'm not like coughing constantly anymore. My immunosuppressed ass, like, going, oh yeah, you have a cold? Go fuck yourself. Puts you in bed for a week. Take my ibuprofen. Took some paracetamol earlier, but I needed to eat something to get ibuprofen, otherwise it really hurts my stomach. That's what it does. There's a time when lawyers merely sought the truth they wished for victory in court. But now the sky's red, so it's bad. Alas, those days are over. In the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means.
I'm so sick of hearing that phrase.
Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth of its victory. Unfortunately, can't say that long. It's fine. It's all gonna be voted anyway. Feel yourself in this new courtroom reality. I fucking hate that man's face.
He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up for me to fight it.
Why so silent, Sights? Something the matter?
This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. It's why I'm gonna let the evidence do the talking.
Let's not get carried away now. I will not have you do to attempt to discredit my whatever. Do not force me to rectify the situation.
No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win.
His eyes are terrifying because they're staring into my soul. His badge is screaming. Oh my god, the text. Even though he's rotten to the core, he's a total pro. I mean, that made perfect sense.
You can't believe a word he says. He's making this up as he goes along. He'll trip him in his own words yet. Hard to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actions.
Okay. What have we got? No, because this is convicting her.
Let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods. That's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor.
Such defamation of my career and your hair follicles is an outrage. Recycle will clarify her statement, but leave my hair out of it this time.
Of course, Your Honor. Please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. He slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them that you found it."
There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise. I simply did it out of kindness.
Objection!
The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it's incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client?
Ooh.
They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You've never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself with while blaming others. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law.
Oh, he's not happy. Why, you little shit? You dare to all my teachings and methods lies? Themis Legal Academy is a proud institution, the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means when I'm done with you.
Means what's with your hair?
Quiet, you'll talk here in class. What the fuck is up with this man? Look at this man. It's not October 26th, it's October the 11th actually. We're slightly behind. We'll begin with roll call. Athena?
Huh? Here?
Apollo? I'm fine. The above response is here without any extraneous information. Chalk. Ow, I mean here, God. Your Honor? See, that's the proper way to answer. Simon? I said Simon Blackwell. Are you here or not? There's always one, isn't there? I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class. Oh, very well, if that's your wish. Who am I to defy my teacher? I hope he just ups and leaves. Blackwell is free of his shackles. He just fucking leaves and goes, well, I'm not going back to prison. Oh yeah, I'm also here. I am happy I was a member of the high school's disciplinarian committee. I remember this. But is that really so shocking? I'm gonna fucking kill you one day. I'm gonna stab your lapdog to teach you pet what a malleable mutt you are. Oh my god. Very good, you just earned a gold star on your promotion. Alright, class is now in session. Why do I have this sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomachache? Pay attention, I'm not the killer, Juniper is. This will be on the next test, you better be listening.
Objection!
Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on it. You were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial.
You disappoint me to think you would label me a murderer. Pay attention, the murder occurred on the 23rd, but I was already at home, so how would I be involved in the crime?
Objection!
Professor means, could you really prove you had already gone home?
Can you prove I was still at school?
No. No, I can't.
So you admit it, we'll need you send extra credit for your honesty. You will have laboratory cleaning duties until you graduate.
Ew, I do that. I do enough of it in the office. Hey, Amatara, how you doing? Oh, hey, Robin.
No way, man!
I totally object. Robin? I can't believe I fell for the Professor's silver-tongued lies.
Can someone smack this fake Aristotle? I want to. I want to smack this man just across the face, like just boom. Okay, so I'm just gonna blow my nose and cough for a second. Apologies for my voice, I've got a bit of a cold. Oh my lord.
Can't believe I fell for this Professor's silver-tongued lies.
How dare you talk about your teacher like that? I'm not listening to you anymore, man.
No way! Now, I have a confession. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself. The statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? Yes. I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other. So I asked Professor Means to make it for me. In other words, the professor was there on the stage after the last bell. Right. It would have been way past 7 before he could have finished.
Means still at school? This is incredibly important.
The professor told me I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I'd made both statues myself. I'm sorry for not telling the truth. Robin.
Somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. You're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something. Ow! Who's in charge of the class pet? Not interested, but if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do. No swords at school, all weapons will be confiscated. Ow! Seems Sykes seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case you would do well to draw your staff quick as lightning. I will have to prove my innocence myself. I said no pets allowed. Real lessons begin at second period, prepared to be served old school style. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Final cross-examination, thank god. Never mind your testimony, please. Pay attention, Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30. The defender sold 2 statues with their own eyes at 8:30. Completing a statue so quickly means I could not leave the stage for a second. How could I possibly have time to go to the art room and commit murder? To get more supplies, I guess. And then saw the finished statues. She said so herself at the detention center. Her defense team was there and heard her say so. Don't try to deny it. Flashback. Okay. Okay. I'm still like
under the impression that the statues weren't finished because they were covered with a sheet.
Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours?
It'd probably take me at least twice as long. So personally, I think it'd be incredibly difficult to finish it in that short of a time. That didn't exactly help our case. He won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means. Okay. Robin took over half.
Hold it!
Most of the other statue. What exactly does that mean?
Robin created the base outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I completed the rest.
I see in academics, learning the basics is incredibly important. In short, you skip the most important part of statue making.
Oh, you incident little... The practical applications of on basics that takes so much time. Such as I mastered the basics a long time ago. Unlike Miss Fancy Pants here, who lacks all loyally fundamentals.
Quiet, you.
I did not leave that stage until I was done.
No, I don't. I know there's more to this.
Okay, so we have to just keep pressing and seeing what comes out. Okay. Okay, what else have you done?
Hold it!
Let's see what he was doing on stage.
Why were you in such a hurry?
In the legal world, your body is your capital. The early bird gets the work, which is why I get to bed at 9 every night. I worked as fast as I could. I didn't want to miss my bed. Well, ready to concede I never left the stage. Okay, sure. I'll say you never left the stage.
I guess I concede.
Say it louder this time.
I concede the professor means never left the stage.
I was on stage the entire time. I couldn't have possibly committed the crime. Unless you blackmailed someone into handing you the body. We're now decide what the witness recites, and unless you have any further objections, I'll put this issue to rest.
Objection!
Not yet. The defense still has an objection.
Athena, you thought of something?
As I said, not yet.
So it's time for legal smoke and mirrors.
Not yet, Athena. It's not time to quit. At times like these, when it seems there's no way out, that you have to turn the case upside down. Instead of focusing whether Professor Means could have gone to the art room, focus on how he could commit murder without going there.
Maybe he blackmailed someone into knocking the victim out in the art room. That's where the blood comes from whoever it was knocking her out. And then the crime scene was the stage. These are young ladies a bona fide idea. I'll use any means necessary. Even casting stone or chalk at us. Who brought the bird? Sykes, if I hear one word of your usual jib, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between the two key facts?
If I accept the premise the professor was on the stage, the only other answer is we got something else.
The crime scene.
The crime scene's wrong. If Professor Means is on stage the entire time, he must be the killer.
The offense has been utterly incoherent.
Objection!
No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was.
Continue, Sykes.
The murder was actually committed here.
the stage.
Take that!
The greatest riddle of the case has been how the body was moved. But if the murder occurred on stage, it means the body was never moved at all. Oh, what's he writing now? When the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor because they used they used the two banners. They burnt one and the blood got on the other one. There wasn't any blood on the stage. Really? There was something on stage at the time of the murder that's now bloodstained. The banner that we just talked about.
Take that!
It's true there were no bloodstains on the stage floor. There was something that did have a bloodstain, and that would be this, the banner. No blood would have gotten on the floor if this were under the victim when she was killed. It's quite a compelling theory.
Silence!
What is it now? That was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood. Only a trace was found upon this banner. No, because they used the other banner. This one. Blood got in there when the body was moved by the wire. Makes more sense than not. What's your first choice for higher education? I write the ultimate recommendation. You're guaranteed to get it.
Objection!
Actually, the defense has something to explain as well. You do? If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. The other banner.
Take that!
It looks like there's another piece of fabric. It's the Governor's banner that had been made for the school concert. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. Could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth, and only a small amount would have soaked through the school banner below. Makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little bit of blood on it. It's like being a girl and occasionally having to sleep on a towel alongside your bed. It's blood. Grr. Grr. I gotta absorb the blood. The Governor's banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least towel quality. Don't just stand there, do something.
Silence!
Sykes, you are learning to wield a blade quite well, but how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room, but why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage?
Objection!
That's from Hugh's hand. The bloodstain was faked. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we just finished discussing. This.
Take that!
You stoop so low as to present mere garbage to the court. It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring back the blood-soaked Governor's banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense. Gwah. Oh, that is quite a development to think the body was never moved. Oh, right there, the body must have been moved. How else to explain that loud crash you heard? It wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statues. What was it? The killer knocking them over. And thought of that, if the loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, it was the killer knocking the statues over to make you think that it was the art room. There we go. Then what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows something was carried alongside the wire. That's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage after.
Oh, the other statue.
Take that!
Something that was in the art room.
I believe it was the statue that broke the other two, not the support body.
The unique statues you see on the right, that's the pure light white Lady Justice from earlier. Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it, but she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice. To onto something. Why, for it would anyone move that scrappy relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, keep them coming.
You know why, but the fact you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, he was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. You consider this fact that J.G. Justice was...
It's not going to hide the body, and it's not to interrupt the trial. It's going to point... Oh, to make you... Yeah, to... Because then we'd find the body. The only people who weren't a mock trial would see the body.
Means uses pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial, and to make it look like he couldn't possibly move the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi.
Quite a persuasive argument. While I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously, well done. Oh? Still spinning that globe. You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes. As a means always means what he says and says what he means by all means.
Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting.
Murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the stage until they met in the lecture for the mock trial. The body would absolutely be found, yeah. Answer me this, why didn't anybody see the body that entire time? Because everyone was in the mock trial. If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon the stage. I was cooking my midnight snack. Oh my gosh, wow, it's late for you guys. Oh my gosh. Gosh, yeah, it's late. Gosh. Because it's only 5 PM for me, so you're 7 hours ahead. Wow. Of course, there was nowhere to hide a body, because it happened during the mock trial. This is not good, Athena. Our claim is close to being beaten to a pulp. It's exactly 12 AM in the Philippines. Wow. Yeah, here in the UK, it's only 5 PM.
I know, but we've come so far.
Consider yourself schooled. I could have possibly killed anyone. Yoink. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. He always has been, always will be.
Arg. Just wait a minute.
Poor Juniper, she must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. The end justifies the means is an amazing bit of legal wisdom, is what he's written. Also, God, wow. Good handwriting, though. That insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Hot nachos? Ooh, salsa and... Oh, ground beef nachos and salsa. Oh my God, yes. That's such a good choice for a snack. Oh my God. You nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Sure you haven't forgotten that little fiasco?
Ah!
Damn. Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You've no right to call yourself a lawyer.
Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why am I eyeing?
Flashback, flashback, flashback. Flashback, flashback, flashback.
Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I worked so hard and even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I doomed to relive that all over again?
Oh, flash. Oh. Blood. Athena, what's wrong?
Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax, Athena, breathe.
She's having a panic attack. Fucking look at her. Okay, come on. Focus, girl. Focus, you can do it. Also, is nobody noticing how this guy has given her a panic attack in the middle of court?
Me, Junie, I couldn't protect you.
Oh, who's this? Is this Blackwell or Apollo? Oh, it's Robin! You leave Athena alone, man! She's the one who saved me! It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between Hugh, Juniper, and me. I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best.
I raised false charges against you.
Oh, Robin, I love her.
I've done some seriously unforgivable things.
You raised false charges against him because he confessed in the middle of court. I mean, he did confess in the middle of court and said, please arrest me. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, speaking of, what's the big deal? False charges are nothing to be scared of. I'm not even mad at you. I should really be thanking you. You used legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and gave me a chance to re-examine what's important.
What does it matter if I can't save her? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is...
Oh, she's here.
It's not over yet, Athena.
Yes, girl.
Even now, at this very moment, I still believe in you. Junie, I know you better than most people, Athena. I know you'd never surrender to the dark age of the law like the professor did. Thanks, Junie. I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what I can do.
Silence!
You need me to give you a therapy session. Stop your bleating. You look like an utter fool.
Hey, Blackwell?
There's one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you've studied so hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you've worked for? It would not do to have you disappoint you-know-who.
Aww.
You-know-who is a character that both of these people know. For the people who are wondering as to, like, so, Blackwell and Athena know each other through Athena's mother, who is unfortunately dead at this point. There we go. Oh my gosh. There you go. You're wasting your time and you have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. The bright, cheery, dark age of the law where the end justifies the means? What?
Objection!
Don't worry, Athena, you're doing fine. The truth will always win against people like him.
But Apollo, what am I supposed to do?
Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case. There's truth to be found, and there always is, You're sure to find it. Let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said. The worst of times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. No, Robin. And Hugh.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh,
You don't have to worry about me now. The worst of times, and when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
they both reach for the gun. Wait, no, wrong thing. Chicago.
Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Prepare for your utter defeat.
Alright, let's do it.
Cora wasn't killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found. We know because there wasn't any time to move the body from somewhere else. Because the body has to have been hidden on stage until it was found. First of all, when did Professor Mutants remove the body from its place? What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using the span of time as fake alibi to create it, to move the body to where it would be more easily spotted.
During. This is like a Danganronpa minigame. During speech.
It means move the body to an easily seen location during this long speech.
Also move something on stage that wasn't there. The white statue.
And so they're zipping down to the stage with a crash killing 2 at once. It doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be someplace. Wait a second. Something was used to...
Was I right? Right at the beginning? Was I right at the beginning that the white sheets were used to cover up the body? And it was simply moved during the trial? Was I literally correct right at the beginning that the crime scene was wrong?
They didn't draw undue attention because it looked like it belonged there. No one would suspect there was a body.
The statue.
The right statue was never finished. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was inside, cleverly disguising it as Phoenix's statue. Newman gave up on the right statue, yet Means finished it in a single night.
What an impressive feat. But it wasn't.
Objection!
His so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work, the murder of Professor Court.
Come again?
He hid the body by making it look like the statue. With the body wrapped under a cloth, it looked just like a statue.
What?
I second that.
I third that. Now this is getting interesting. Nobody may speak but me, it now says, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible?
Objection!
We'll never know until we try.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Okay, Apollo. And turn me into reasonable likeness of Mr. Wright. I'm gonna pose like a statue, and now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so I look like a statue.
I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I gonna get this magical cloth? Trucy shows up in the courtroom. Is it in the right colour, Mr. Justice? Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honour. You cover him with this jacket. I think that about does it. Body bag. Ah.
What do you think? Do I look like a statue, Mr. Wright, or what?
Just a random person to me.
Look at the hair. The statue's head is way bigger than the average person's anyway.
At least trying anyway.
That's it. The hands. Her arms are raised over her head and there are dark bruises on her wrists.
Are we tied up with something? The marks indicate we should be tied.
Tying you up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you?
Athena! Darling! No. Besides, it was your idea.
Just tell me not to tie your hands. Professor Court's wrists were tied together and I can't help but think that's related. How should I arrange myself to match the shape I want?
Behind my head, maybe? Because this is an objection pose.
Tie both my hands behind my head. This makes it possible to fake the spikes in the back of the head.
Then what about the arm? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose. The weapon!
It's awfully hard to make an objection pose.
I kind of think you've forgotten something. Something on the body that you don't have right now.
What did the victim's body have that I don't? Oh, this.
Take that!
There was an arrow sticking out of her side. Take that and plunge it into my side. Are you crazy? Go get some duct tape. Rapido schnell.
Quickly in German and Spanish. I don't need to know another language, just know how bossy when I hear it.
The fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from two hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with a cloth and make the arrow stand out.
Time's too short. Ah, it's because the actual weapon is longer.
The arrow is nowhere near long enough. Wait, what else could you use for the arm?
I must commend you, if only your spirit and determination. Of course she's not giving up. What she's put me through shows me an explanation, and one that makes sense. Jesus Christ, the penalty. Okay.
Looks like you better get it right. Mr. Court was murdered when she was stopped by the stage to see means. It wasn't premeditated, he could have used close at hand. Show me those stage setup photos again.
Like that? Right now? Okay, hold on. Ah, his staff. It's his stuff.
Take that!
I know what he used for the arm on the statue for Mr. Wright.
Sir, there's no such thing in the photo.
Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's the staff you have right there.
Staff? This is the spear of a great legal warrior.
Just hurry up and lend it to me. The length is perfect. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Go for it, Apollo.
Is this the end? Hold your breath and count to 10. I mean, yeah.
We did it. Didn't we? Well, am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? Who brings out these dark ages into the era of golden brilliant life?
All I see before me is the pink spectre of a man.
That's because Mr. Right Legs' statue is possibly tickle pink.
Get it? Yeah, that joke deserves a pink slip. Junior's gallery is quite impressed. And the witnesses? My favorite prosecutor, exactly. Black Quill, my man. I love Black Quill. And even though he's not the prosecutor in game number 6, but I know he's in number 6, and he does actually assist you in, I don't remember whether it's case 2 or 4, but he assists you in one of the 2 cases because Athena's on her own, which is so cool to look at. So there's more than a coincidence.
Not so fast here. Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than just coincidence. If a sphere was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is
Test it for blood.
Usually the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from this instead, we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it.
Arg. A brief recess, please, by any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? What if I burn it? If I do that, I'll be found innocent. I'm innocent, I tell you.
Objection!
Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now. Now I ask you in the gallery, help me decide the professor's fate.
Oh, this breakdown, I love it. I love this bit. Oh. Oh, his teeth are... Life imprisonment with no parole. Exactly. Blackwell, what has become of our witness? He needs serious dental help now. Sorry, guys. The psych suspected blood was detected on his staff. He's admitted to his heinous crime. All of it. He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there.
But teach felons the end justifies the means, so much for rehabilitation. Can I ask what the professor's motive was?
I could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth.
One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon, why not a former dentist too?
I eventually had to put pen to paper. Means was the one taking bribes. Ah! Give me a second, I'm just blowing my nose. There we go. The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage. The result, a heinous crime that was brought before the court. A fool like Newman had come to know the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he had come up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script and frame the defendant.
But the scrap of paper with Hugh's name with the same mark as Court's planner.
About that, those planners are bestowed on all students graduating at the top of their class.
So then,
he had one too. Professor Means is also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analysed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him. This too was evidence of the bribery scheme the victim had obtained. No, the Constance court was clean, and only Aristotle Means took the bribes. Think a professor would murder a colleague and then try and pin it on a student. Thus, in the dark age of the law, we can only hope a brighter future awaits. And the first step to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. This court finds the defendant Juniper Woods not guilty. Woo! That's
It's case 3. Yeah, I knew I couldn't have done it in one go the last time. Woo! Gumshoe and Trucy with the confetti. And Pearl. I wish you all the best of the road to becoming a courtroom judge. We need young people like you. We have hope to restore the law to its former glory. I could see, yeah, it reminds me. I saw loads of really cool art of Robin Newman as a prosecutor with like one of those things where it's like a waistcoat with a skirt attached to the back. I would love to own one of those, like a waistcoat with a skirt at the back. And then it's like she has an apron with like all paint stains, and the dress looks like it's splattered in color, and it looks so cool. In a world where she can be both an artist and a prosecutor. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference. Prep proudly served Princess of Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain. That's the last thing I expected to hear from him today. Court is adjourned. Yay! We'll keep going for another hour and a half, I think, and we'll continue. We'll start with number 4. Thanks, Cena. I really mean it. It was nothing, really. I could take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that. I don't know. You looked pretty wound up there at the end, literally and figuratively. Well, you look pretty hungry for knuckle sandwich, Buster. I wanted to thank you too, Apollo. And don't mention it. We were always there for Athena when she was in a bind. And at the detention center where your smile gave me hope when there was none. It's like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful wood. I think you're an absolutely amazing person. Thanks, Juniper. It means a lot to me. I still have lots of work to do, and I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench. I promise you, I'll get there someday. I would love to see a future where she's a judge. That's why until that day, I'll... Guys, I've got some big news. Today, this is huge. Am I interrupting something? No, it's okay, I think. What's the big news? School festival! You were supposed to have been cancelled after what happened, but... We just got a call. In memory of Professor Constance Court, who worked so hard to make it happen, the festival is being extended 1 extra day until tomorrow. Really? Aww. Oh, and her in her La Miroir outfit.
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy.
That's not what I imagined his
Achtung,
voice.
baby. It's time for the guitar serenade.
This is not what I expected. Oh god, the OG version. It feels weird that that's not how... I imagined Clavi having a slightly deeper voice than that. I don't know why I thought he'd have a deeper voice, because he sounds like an anime protagonist with that voice. That was so much fun. School festivals are amazing. Yeah, give us a concert. Let us hear Clavi and Juniper's singing voices together. T, I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away. Your singing voice, Juniper, it could not like H-E-I-R-T. Mr. Right, thanks for that training. Just remember the objection pose is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although Robin had you for a while there. I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how it used to be. Thanks to Athena. You know what? I think I stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. Yeah, this is why I keep seeing photos of her and I'm like... Give me an arty prosecutor. I'm gonna make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deal in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Did they reprise the trial and Hugh won?
So does this mean it's really gonna happen? Juniper, there's something I've been wanting to see.
Huh? Ooh, is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do?
Juniper? Can we still be friends? Best friends like we've always been.
Aww. Best friends? You weren't gonna profess your love or something?
No, I was gonna confess that I'm not a genius and I'm really 25 years old, actually. I was gonna, like, confess all my secrets because I was terrified of keeping it from my friends. You know what? That makes a lot more sense. You already dragged out of me during the trials, so...
Oops. And I was gonna confess I'm a girl, but...
I just want Hugh to be a better guy. Like, come on, let him be good. And I love just the idea of just like... No way, man. And I was gonna confess I was a girl, but like, you kind of dragged that one out of me too, so, oops. I still love Juniper, though. We can do it. We can... Come on, man. You too, Robin, Miriam. Oh, Miriam! Just... come out of the box.
Me too.
Miriam's got his tactical espionage accent stuff down to a science.
I've been thinking. It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law. Let's work together to usher in a new age where winning results from the truth.
Scuttlebutt, my gal. And the end never justifies the means. Count me in. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes. Best friends forever, huh?
No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship.
You bet. What about your BFF, Apollo?
Oh, he's dead. He's been dead for a long time. Oh, scuttlebutt means gossip. Because she's a reporter. Miriam, I don't know, means myriad, as in like a lot. And then scuttlebutt means to gossip. So she's a big gossip is what she is. That's her whole thing. Because she's in the judge course, but she's also really wants to be a journalist. So she runs a gossip magazine. Yeah, that's her thing, I think. She's a gossip maker. Yeah, that's her thing. It's like a load of the reporters have pun names like that, such as Tabitha Lloyd. Tabloid is her reference. Yeah, there's a couple of characters like that. After a decade, I finally understood the reference. Yes! Aren't you a bit too old to be using that word? But yeah, he's the best friend a guy could ever have. Thanks, it's fine, no worries. It took me a while to figure out a lot of the puns of this game, don't worry. I get like Hugh O'Connor because it's supposed to be a pun to the phrase you're a goner. Juniper Woods because flowers. Robin Newman because it's a very androgynous name. Yeah. Which reminds me, we're supposed to be up and gossip about the new girl in the office.
No talking about me behind my back. So what kind of guy is he anyway?
Well, if I had to describe him in word, he's dead. Just like most of my friends are in this universe. They gave me too many friends and they decided to kill them all off, apart from one. And he's just boring, so... we don't talk about Nayuta. Although Nayuta is actually a decent prosecutor, so... no. It's just a shame that, that he's, like, more boring compared to the rest of them. The promise was never to be fulfilled, because he's gonna die now. Their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. So he is dead!
And the bonds between us begin to fray and unravel as well.
I killed... I shouldn't joke about that. That is what happens. This is where Apollo has his leave of absence because he discovers that his bracelet keeps reacting and he's like, well, fuck, now I need to cover my eyes up because I can't stop seeing people reacting to stuff.
Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave me?
Because he kept getting his bracelet to react. That's the reason why. His bracelet started reacting, and so now that's why his eyes are covered up. It's not because of the fact that, like... I mean, one, it's for the cool aesthetic. And two, it's because his bracelet won't stop tightening. And so he has to, like, literally put bandages around his arms to stop it from tightening on his wrist. The cosmic turnabout, I'm going to just quickly, Sorry, I just had to blow my nose. The cosmic turnabout. We have an hour and a half to start with this one. Let's go. Oh, back to case 1. Courtroom bombing incident. A terrible attack launched by the will of a madman. That incident perfectly symbolized the state of that legal world in this dark age of the law. Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution of sorts. But not before I was assaulted. Ted Tonate was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. If only it were that simple. Somehow I can't help but think. There's a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows, waiting. And that's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. Hey guys, it's me, Maya. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it. Ooh, the cosmic turnabout. I need to change this to number 4. Second. We're on number 4 now. Cool. Thunderbirds are go. Oh god, that's my
final equipment check.
Check complete. Everything's a-okay.
Oh my god.
We're ready here whenever you are.
Oh shit. Well, there goes my Thunderbirds phase.
Come in, Act 2. Come in. Do you copy?
Okay. Ah, shit. Among Us. Among Us. Straight to a trial? Okay. Time for another trial to begin. This one is different. Sorry to bother you, but... Oh, Juniper, hey! You alright, Apollo? Did I make you a scary face? Oh, hi, Junie. Yeah, I'm fine. I was just doing my Chords of Steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. I brought you a present from my garden. Zalufa. There's a lotus root? My grandma says lotus root's good for your eyes. She said if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future. So good luck. Maybe later you can cook it and... Thank you. I'm gonna have some right now. My. Kinda tough though. You can't eat it raw, but... Thank you for the enthusiastic try. She didn't think me weird before, she will now. Apollo, I'm sorry I'm late. Hi, Athena. Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? I get it, you sly little thing, you. Athena.
Quit kidding around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is anything all set? Apollo, will you ever figure it out? What have we got? Terran's autopsy report. Stabbing. The victim was discovered in the 3rd floor boarding lounge in the main building. Okay. Not even going to comment on this photo because I know there's a spoiler in there and I'm not going to. 34 out of our office. Tracy Wright 16. Clay Terran 23. The victim in this case, he was a Hat 2 crew member and a close friend of mine. Since fucking when? Oh my god. Juniper Woods, talented singer and student council president, studying to be a judge. Okay. Figure out what? Ha! Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. And this guy. Alright, what voice do I give him? I'm tempted to either go with Cornish or American. I love how his hair is shaped like the tip of a rocket. Oh my god, it's UFO, it's Stingray. Oh my god. We could go with well, isn't it? It's all over for me, dude. You're gonna find me guilty. This is our client, one Mr. Solomon Starbuck. He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. You wouldn't know it right now, but he's actually a very upbeat and driven person. Solomon, I'm trying to figure out why he's called... Oh, Sol, as in sun. Solomon, as in sun man. Starbuck, I'm trying to figure out what the reference is there. I know what the spoilers are for these characters already, so... Starbuck is a slang term for astronaut, and is also a reference to Battlestar Galactica. Oh, fun! So yeah, Solomon is Sol and Man, which refer to sun and man. And then Starbuck is a slang for an astronaut, but it's also a reference to Battlestar Galactica. That's cool. Because his was one that I didn't get the surname pun of, because I didn't know that Starbuck was like, I'm assuming it's an American slang for an astronaut. The scene of the crime this happened seemed to be the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went back there a little too much. But that's where we met Mr. Starbuck. We'd asked about space travel and he'd launch into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero. You sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo? Of course, I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder. Thanks, but, I was supposed to be in space right about now. He's so depressed, it almost seems like an act. Launch getting called off must have been a huge shock for you. I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Don't say that, don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light people. I've got to. Oh, I accidentally put the mic too loud. Oh no, there we go. Besides, you just have to go into space again. Yeah, I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell. Clay Terran. Terran referring to Earth. Clay as in rock. Yeah, both of his... I get his pun. Terran refers to, like, people of Earth, I guess. It's a joke on what, like, aliens would call Earthlings or whatever they were called. Terrans. And Clay refers to rock because he has a fascination with moon rocks, which will also come back up in Chapter 5.
He was such a promising astronaut under your command.
Yeah, he was such a good guy. He was always there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was so full of energy, telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck." How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh? I've never seen Mr. Starbuck so down. I think we'll do the first trial, I think. I think we'll do the first day of the trial. Because apparently it's a trial, investigation, and then a really long second trial. Please, God, I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now. Starbuck, you'll be fine. What is it? What's with the yelling? I'll get to the bottom of this, you'll see. And in exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay, promise? To me, you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence? Well, about that. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I would have liked, thanks to the police. I'm done for, I'm a goner. No, that's Hugh O'Connor, he was in the last case. Everyone thinks I did it. I thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. Don't say that, Mr. Starbuck.
Don't count yourself out yet.
I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you've got to keep going.
And what about you, Apollo?
What about me?
I was thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend?
We need to focus on the trial right now. You all ready to go?
Apollo.
Trial's about to begin. If the defense would please proceed into the courtroom.
Okay, here we go.
This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find his killer. December 16th. District Court, courtroom number 4. This is the one that gets bombed, so this is pre to Chapter 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. The defense is ready, Your Honor. This is why he's got his little eye patch on. Because he keeps seeing... It's so that he can't use his bullshit ability. Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. What happened to your eye? I'm fine. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You sure I don't? I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty.
I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. I'm 24. Solomon Starbuck is 33. The prosecution, hey Blackwell. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
I'm not ready, thank you very much. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Ugh. There we go. Again! The prosecution is now ready.
Well, it didn't take him long this time.
What's up with Blackquill? No, then I'll give you a quick statement.
Silence!
I'll do it. What an unexpected surprise. This time I can't leave it to anyone else. I see. Something is off with the two of you today. They're both associated with clay in some way.
Both seem different somehow.
Because this feels like a final case, but it's not. But that's because 4 and 5 are connected, and it feels like 4 and 5 are one big case. Or it's two cases that interconnect with one another. You know how it's like number 1 and number 4 from the fourth game, I guess. Being connected.
Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement. It was just yesterday. The crime in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. Famous federal research facility for all things related to astrology. Astronomy. A rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site, two explosive devices were detonated, and the launch was cancelled. 2 bombs? Dreadful. The defendant in today's trial is charged with both bombing and with murder. One Mr. Solomon Starbuck. Whatever inane reason he detonated a bomb on the rocket he himself revealed. I recognize her name, isn't he a famous astronaut? Correct, your boldness. Starbuck was the pilot of the HAT-1 rocket 7 years ago. Despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend. I remember he's become something of an international celebrity. You can turn that incident into a movie or something.
It is indeed bringing my Thunderbirds phase back with this fucking thing. It looks like number 3. God. Mr. Alan Tracy himself, God. Anyway. I wonder why I'm into Kamen Rider stares at the fact of, like, Sashentai color-coded heroes in mechs and, like, rescue and shit like that. And I was like, I wonder why I'm into that now.
What a real space pioneer. But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand. The victim was one Mr. Clay Terran, a subordinate. A loyal disciple brutally stabbed by his mentor. Stabbed, you say? Mr. death wasn't a result of the bombing. Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. So he was sent out into space, into the universe which we mortals cannot see.
I
think I've had enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut. There is one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand.
L100-15R. It's got the bomb in it.
It's your coffin.
Actually, no, it's not his coffin. It's somebody else's coffin, actually. It's Candace Arm's coffin. Because she's in there. At the moment, I'm fairly sure. Going by chapter 1.
I jest. It's evidence. Due to its immense size, we have little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents in due time. I feel like I just lost 50 years of my life.
Does he even have 50 years left? In a monologue, Athena. In a monologue.
Enough jabbering.
Bobby Fulbright's the name, and just as we trust.
Detective Fulbright. Very well. Please explain the details of the incident to the court.
On it. First, take a look at the pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. Here we are. For a more detailed look on what's on the left side of the building. Take a look at this cross-section the police have created. See the launch pad in the main building? The launch pad is a square building, and the round structure is the main building. You got it. Incidents took place in the launch pad 1 and in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram using my testimony. It'll make it a lot easier to understand. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom!
one on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in Launchpad 1. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launchpad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. And after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. Okay, a murder on top of a building. The victim was already dead by the time you arrived. Yep, thinking he sabotaged the bombing, the defendant killed him right there in the rocket. Look at this tragic photo. And a knife in the victim's chest. The knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. We couldn't get any prints off it because the defendant was in a spacesuit. By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent? We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity. Because I'm the only one who actually wears gloves in this fucking job, I've got to be the one to do it. So that if I end up committing a murder one day, nobody'll find out. Awkward silence there. Anyway, there's one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Something so important to the victim he took it with him as he escaped from Launchpad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. Well, obviously available for research is no relation to the case. Yes, it does. Or at least it will do. I see. We also know the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. But where was the bomb that was in Launchpad 1 located? That was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launchpad's elevator was a sea of flames. I'd like to submit this diagram report into the record. Okay.
The trials have started and we're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination's for, right? What the 2 astronauts were doing during the bombing, that'll be the key. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the witness testimony and then I'm gonna BRB for a second. Okay. I'm gonna quickly BRB. I'm gonna grab another drink, because voice no likey. So hold on for a second. There we go, I've returned. I have water now. I have some more water. Oh my gosh. Right. 2 bombs went off. On the second floor of Spain, and 1 in Launchpad 1. Okay.
It's like he's trying to give us as little information as possible.
Maybe Blackwell's got his tongue.
Don't let it hold you back. Keep pressing until we get what we need.
Okay, so keep pressing.
Hold it!
That's basically meaning that you have to press everything. How powerful were the explosions? Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down, but the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation. What were you doing there in the first place, Fulbright? I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'm everywhere. I'll be there whenever people need my help. I was also singing Shakira while I was rhythmically stabbing that guy, so, that's why I was there. I'll go to the other side of the world, or even the edge of the universe. I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is. Or is he doing the stupid, like, the playing dumb detective thing, like, Herlock does? Because Herlock deliberately plays dumb so that you figure out a bunch of the stuff on your own. Whereas when he's with his actual partner, the pair of them can go at it. And it's like, oh shit, these two can actually just straight up deduce shit without you. Anyway, guess I'll leave that one alone. Admirable decision, Justice. Huh? What did you decide? Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at the time? The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators and the third floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. The security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup. How'd the evacuation go? I immediately and heroically whisked people down to Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Yeah, you need to be lowered to the ground. There was an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center.
An emergency shelter, huh? Here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram.
Okay.
The Space Center is pretty impressive to have its own shelter.
Okay, so we're gonna get evidence every time we press. Okay, fun.
The power outage and evacuation seem unrelated.
I guess I'll leave that aside for now, even though it probably will be related. Yep, that's right.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck, Rick Derogi, was gonna board with explosives. Huh? What are you talking about? If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well. I hadn't thought of it. Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive. Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia. Astrophobia? What's that? A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of it can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute. That's absurd. Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. Pills? He could be motion sick. What are they? These are anti-anxiety tablets we found amongst the defendant's possession. So he could just have anxiety. Apparently he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. Or maybe he just, didn't want everyone else in the room to know that he had anxiety because he's this big figure and he wanted to be known as someone who had no fear. That's going to come up later. The use of fear and anxiety. You might want to remember that, people who are watching the VOD back. Anxiety and fear will come back as a plot point. Anyway. There were a multitude of problems with the rocket he rode 7 years ago. Rumor has it threatened to crash a number of times as well. There was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck.
Objection!
That doesn't mean he'd go so far to blow up his own
Silence!
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name. Not after the media had branded him a space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally, he constructed the act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the Space Center, which would effectively abort the launch but spare his reputation. And he'd get charged with, bombing a place? I don't think he thought about that one,
second, I'm just like, sticking this back on. There you go.
Ugh. For now, I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this criminal. Only the 2 astronauts were in launch pad 1. Are you sure it was only the 2 of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2. Well, there could have been somebody else inside the rocket.
Silence!
The notion of a third party is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device, and allow me to state up front there's precious few with clearance to do so. A fingerprint recognition device sounds futuristic and complex as a space center. Actually, it's not as amazing as you'd think. Take a look at this photo. This is the door in the lounge with fingerprint lock. Yeah, do people use fingerprint stuff for loads of things now. I mean, loads of countries make it so that you have to put your fingerprints in if you're over the age of 16 to even enter or exit the country. America does it. I think the UK does it. Also, like, anything using your phone or loads of other things. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see, that's very different from what I had in mind. It's a record of the number of people who passed through the door. There were only 3. Defendant, victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Yuri Cosmos being a reference to the first guy in space, Yuri. And Cosmos is obvious. Doesn't it mean that it's possible the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded, doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing the act. He has a point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect. Okay, cool. Any more? 2 more, wow. While it would appear the pair briefly escaped their lives, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push. You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have been sure tried to stop the bombing. There's any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded. They were both alive and well at boarding time and embarked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space. And then both their hopes and dreams were dashed. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue.
Hold it!
Who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were 2 of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace All, who is dead now because she's in the bomb package thing. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, she's dead because we know of chapter 1 of what happened to her. One was a detective. Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant. 2 witnesses, huh? And one is a detective. Now either one would have anything to say that would help me. I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Only the victim and defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. If that is the truth, only Starbuck could have carried out the crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Just as foolish as the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a gander at this. What's this? Propaganda. Footage from a security camera. As the 2 astronauts emerged from the bowels of Launchpad 1, the boarding lounge captured their desperate escape. I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering. It's none other than the lifeless body of the victim. What? Ooh. Order, I say. This lines up exactly with what the prosecution's been asserting. You should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready. Okay.
Apollo? How exactly do you determine Clay was already gone in the footage?
I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible Taryn was still alive here and Starbuck was helping him? I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. Unless, like, yeah, he saw he got stabbed and then Starbuck was like, oh shit, I need to help you.
Silence!
Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard. But it only makes sense of the victim's dead body. What do you mean? Fulbright explained it to Justice. You got it. Ready? Murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge after all. Doing it while they were alone in the spaceship, that's a horse of a different
Objection!
You can't deny there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. All the video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut.
Silence!
Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based on your behalf that Starbuck would have surely helped his own disciple. You have no logical explanation as to why the victim would still be alive. Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic. It sounded perfectly logical to me. Oh, Justice, if you have no further objections... I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections? Well,
Hold it!
Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need.
What is it, Athena? It's just, there's something that's been bothering me.
It isn't the defense stalling for time as always. Very well, I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. You have 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and a verdict be rendered. Your boldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown. 5, 4, ready? Oh.
Spit it out, Athena.
Only 3 more seconds.
Look, I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete. Meaning there's something missing. Like, they conveniently left it unexplained.
Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain.
You're right. I think I know what you're talking about.
5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument you'd like to rebut? Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There's something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court. What did that way? What is it the prosecution has failed to explain? Why the body was moved? Because if he was dead, they could have just left him there. They failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? That's true, I didn't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts yet. That's because they have none, Your Honor. How does one explain something so illogical? The prosecution is claiming the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? What's your theory, Justice? The defense proposes the defendant didn't kill the victim, he was helping him. Fulbright explained for a sad friend here why I nodded to his monotone monologue, informing exactly why Space Boy moved the victim. You gotta be joking. It's simple. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression He heroically risked his life to save his partner. So I made sure to make it the security camera so there'd be a record. At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. Okay. The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen. I was completely taken in by the humanity. You see, the true ending is all traces of this hammy act were meant to be blown up. And now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion.
Objection!
There was a third one?
What are you talking about? There was no third
Silence!
Indeed, you are correct. But it's thanks to Detective Arm, it was she who identified and secured the bomb. It doesn't change the fact the third bomb was discovered. The steel coffin, that would be a bomb transport case. We used it to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy. One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge. The defender planned to set off 3 firework displays. Unfortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, but it had not. The victim's body and other vital evidence would have certainly been
Objection!
God. When you utter a word, know the evidence supports me. It's like he's reading my mind. As it's still undergoing forensics, I don't have the evidence on hand. No peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. Now that's where it went. Memphis from what? I expect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center director and Detective Arms stumbled across the murder, so he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble-brained that he is. No, Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Yikes! Open your eyes and see the truth. I suppose we ever evidence you set off the explosion. This has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it. You believe in your client, come what may. And why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? It's got to be a trap.
It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game.
It's like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving.
Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down.
Then making you cross-examine Starbuck was part of his plan too. Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less.
And so from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself. Your name and occupation? Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. How'd this happen? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking well. Why don't you give testimony? Take this suit off, everyone. No. 14 no is not an option. You're being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terran. Please testify to all these allegations. Mind if we take the suit off? It's getting really heavy.
Silence!
No. It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. No, I'm pretty sure it's the weight of my suit. Oh, fuck, man, I've got a headache. Can you give me my anxiety pills? Fuck, man. Better carry that weight for the rest of your life. No, I'm pretty sure it's the suit. Banish me to the moon, I don't care.
That was super negative. Is he gonna be alright? He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. It's also clever because Apollo and Athena are now both also tied to the space theme. Because their names are rockets and probes. Okay. One play on my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Thank you, Clay. I was trying to save him. Okay. Start to set off the bombs on murder the victim. They think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your testimony. I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that. You'd wear a suit like that except an astronaut. Amogus. I'll say when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous. Though I suppose reality never quite lived up to fantasy. I guess I'm just a big disappointment, huh? Yeah. I really don't care what happens anymore. He's completely given up. What a depressing fellow. You would have joined me in the clink, I imagine. This annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the others. I rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackquill a second ago. That was Blackquill? Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. Shoots him in the head. There we go. Put the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. I'm gonna have a look at what middle level headed to the corridor. Second floor of the main building and the middle level of the launch pad. Near the elevator. Apollo, there's something strange about Starbuck's testimony.
I was thinking the same thing. There's a contradiction. I wonder why it's there and what it means.
It doesn't look like he's lying, at least.
Guess I'll have to show some evidence, because I can't tell. Alright, cool. So I think it's this one, because the bombing report says that there was an explosion next to the elevator. And usually if there's a bombing next to an elevator, you don't take the elevator.
Objection!
He would have had to gone down the ladder. I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was I not being accurate?
No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level.
What makes you say that? I don't know, the big-ass bomb? Please recall where the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Recall that after the explosion, the middle-level elevator was engulfed in flame. Alright, which means... Exactly. The Launchpad elevator would have been unusable. Therefore, you dropped Clay onto the knife in the... He was laying there, upwards, and you dropped him on it like a Final Destination death. Fucking stupid. Anyway, the Launchpad elevator would have been unusable. You would have had to go down the ladder. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. What's with the helmet now? Mission Command, did you read me?
Objection!
This is Mission Command. I order you to pay attention. Stop this nonsense and answer my question, Starbuck. My helmet. My oxygen. Oh, okay. Is that his breakdown? Wow. Well, trial over. I think he might be dead. You stop pretending you've lost consciousness and stand back up. I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth.
I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck, the astronaut.
Seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Starbuck, could you please explain your inconsistency in your statement about how you use the middle level elevator? I was nervous and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I took a different route, I think. A different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time. Maybe. I mean, probably. Probably. I mean, you didn't give me... You took my anxiety meds from me. I'm gonna be fucking terrified. Okay. Let's see. My escape route. I said before it was this mistake. I remember I took a different route. Maybe, probably. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. Really? Escape without using the elevator. That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. Use that ladder to get to the middle level. And fire in and reach the ladder so we could make our escape that way. But how'd you do it? He wouldn't have been dead at that point. On the capsule, I'm assuming you mean the thing next to Terran. Was the capsule that important you'd risk your life to take it with you? Almost goes without saying, but yeah. Capsule contains asteroid samples. It's invaluable as research material. With the spacesuit on, clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. Carrying him like you're carrying someone in peak after they die in the middle of a level. Me. Taking another drink. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony. Maybe I am guilty after all. One of you can see the stars in prison. It's more comfortable in the spaceship. My escape route. What I said before was a mistake. It's gonna be this one. What evidence do we have? You would not be able to go down a ladder with... You would not have been able to go down a ladder when you're holding at least 3 things in your arms.
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, why don't you tell the truth? The truth? The Earth is blue? No, that's not right. So, I guess the Earth isn't blue? Yeah. The truth, Mr. Starbuck. Clear the oxygen tanks. The witness appears confused. Please help draw out the truth. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level. Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route. A ladder. I'm assuming. Because you can't climb the ladder when you've got like at least 3 things in your arms.
Take that!
To get down from the upper to middle level where the launch pad 1 corridor is, you would have had to gone down the ladder. Isn't that right? Of course. It's the only way we could escape.
Objection!
But how would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, weren't you? Remember, this was in full space gear, putting him at over 200 pounds. It's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 as it is on Earth.
Objection!
Yes, on Earth, darling. The space center is located on Earth. So short being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, or carrying the capsule in your other, is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh. So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth. Engineer, where's the engineer? Accident Jamie could evacuate. What the? He's flying the coop. Help. I'm caught on the ceiling, guys. Help, anyone? In order to prepare the cherry pickup, we must launch our rescue mission at once. That's one way to take on while being questioned. I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real. Now then, Mr. Starbuck, you think you're going to keep your feet planted on the ground? I apologize for losing control. You ready to tell us the truth? Not that anything but that. What's going on? This isn't Mr. Starbuck I know. This space boy is prone to deception. Witness. Yikes. Yeah. I thought your story odd. Perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Blackwell, please don't talk about that. What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell? Didn't I already say that Space Boy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions before the launch. You see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. I sense things are about to nosedive. Dude, why are you making fun of me for taking meds? You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication. It's found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it? How could that be? Somebody must have slipped him to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects. Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what happened. Okay. Order in the court. Can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing. Why did he just tell me he couldn't remember? I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified. Aww. Maybe he really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question. How the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body? It does? The victim wasn't dead. What is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder. But was there no blunt force reception? No, because there's no post-mortem blunt force trauma. Oh wait, because his helmet protected him. Is that what they're going with? They dropped him down the ladder, and then because his helmet was off, his helmet was on, it would have protected him. Oh my! I see. And the defendant could climb down with his free.
Objection!
Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectable thing? But dropping the body down would leave marks on the body. You're capable of quick thinking. Yes, you're correct. Really? Oh, thanks. Ow! Huh? What's this? The oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, I'm sure you can figure out why. You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body. I am for when they fracture easily.
Objection!
Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its mark on the body. Yet, according to an autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning. A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. The fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space, and falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the way.
Objection!
And shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well?
It should, and yet through sheer coincidence. A knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to its target.
What are the chances?
Forget our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suits work.
He's got me there.
And now my arguments has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and dropped his body from the upper level.
Welcome back, Maxim. We're completing this section of the trial, and then we're gonna... Even the head pads. Why are you up there? Why the fuck are the head pads up there for? Where do they come from? I'm gonna like, what the fuck was that for? Pause, check and hydrate. Oh! Big stretch. Big stretch. Gonna hydrate as well. I've got some leftover tea that's gone cold, but they'll have to do. Here we go. Thank you so much.
After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded him. There's no room for debate about these facts. Because Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran.
Gah.
The report regarding the astronauts' oxygen tanks, considering it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx.
Ack. Thank you so much for that pack. Okay. This report's pretty detailed.
Okay. The display on the let's see. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. After the incident, the victim's tank was ruptured and the remaining oxygen was 50. The tank belonging to Starbuck, who claims to have carried the victim, said it was 80% full. Tanks were functioning properly at the time.
No, because the tanks is 50, not 80.
These glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen. No, because he said it was 80. I'm done for.
I'm in a prison instead of space.
Space boy.
Yeah?
Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars. You mean stars as seen from prison? That's right. The cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time.
It's not a half bad thought.
Mr. Starbuck, don't forget a black hole got him good. Station prison cell. Fly me, my guild and despair, into the darkest, deepest, darkest space. Despair? Did someone say despair? Danganronpa? Let's get sucked into a black hole.
Objection!
Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Yeah, Apollo? Clay really looked up to you. He said you were an incredible man. You'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran. For Clay! You're wasting your breath here.
Grar. Grar.
Oh? Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. We'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space. Rah! Ignited the booster rockets in my soul. I'm on fire. I'm Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. Big up, Alan Tracy. No time to be whimpering and crying. Can't let you and Clay down. Boulder Dash. The sun, moon, all of space is calling me. Solomon Sol Starbuck. Ready for launch. Begin the countdown. 5, 4,
3.
2, 1. Lift off. Pick up number 3. No one actually cares about 5. John just gets stuck in the sad little section. Well, I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch.
Apollo, you did it!
He broke Blackwell's grip over Starbuck. Can't take the credit, it was almost a Starbuck. He pulled himself through. You simpletons have done enough massaging each other's egos. No matter how positive your mood, the advantage remains unshakable. I had but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? I can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mrs. Starbuck has to make it back into stage. I won't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. Got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think! Only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck. And if Clay was already dead by the time the footage was taken, the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. The only way to counter Blackwell's argument is that Clay wasn't dead at the time. I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. To be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Let's see what this data we just received supposedly proves Mr. Starbuck got Clay's body in Launchpad 1. When I'm going to prove that false, there must be something I can use. Enough of this farce, let's have your verdict. Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data, so we're supposed to be contradicting the data of the oxygen tank. So we need to find something. Okay, so it's going to be the photo because that contains the other oxygen tank. The Mr. Starbucks tank had 80, while Terrence had 0. You stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. And I guess it simply means it's faulty as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice. It's simple. The evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description, you'll see what I mean. We have some evidence, Justice, and I don't see what's so contradictory. Yes, Your Honor, right away. This is the evidence the oxygen tank reports. The photo. It's this one.
Take that!
How does this evidence present a contradiction? It says 50 on it and not 80.
Take that!
Know the remaining oxygen in Starbuck's tank as he carries terror. There's say 50. According to the data, our client's tank had 80%. Oxygen in the tank increased. I think Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough there's a contradiction. The increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Increase? That would be a decrease. Okay. What's going on?
Silence!
I too find it odd the oxygen remaining has increased. It's odd as if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it's defendant carrying the victim's
Objection!
corpse. It would be the other way around. I'm gonna bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook
Silence!
it. In that case, you have an answer to this riddle of mysteriously increasing oxygen. You better not disappoint. Or to declare the inconsistency is mere equipment malfunction. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. It could be a simple malfunction. You cannot provide an adequate counter-argument. I must afraid I should just bring this trial to an end. Of course I can. The thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. Starbuck has no memory, but he claims to carry clay. When he was 50 and his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. Anything to display on his tank would have shown an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and security. So what should I be asking? Why did the oxygen level increase? But who's carrying who? Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumption? Well, we're waiting. Leon. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. This is why they're evading oxygen. The victim is carrying the defendant. It's the other way around. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Would you care to explain? Give me a second. Let me just blow my nose. As you can see, Your Honor, both men had helmets on in this footage. As it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed it was Starbuck helping Terran, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Starbuck helping Terran at all. It was Terran who was helping Starbuck to the boarding lounge. Was what? Order, 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 justice! You mean to tell me the person who writes these images is the victim played Terran? Yes, I do. It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was 50. When the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. It means Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence!
How short your memory is. You've forgotten what you yourself proposed. Even if the victim was alive. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full? No, they both descended the ladder. Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Excuse me? Oh god, I keep wanting to cough and it's me going, no. It's true we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we've proven Mr. Terry was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claim. And it opens up the possibility the victim could have been killed by a third party. There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene. Can we truly trust their statements? Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos. I think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police. It's certainly possible. We might have to do a little bit more digging. She will have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene. Score. I'm going to think of it. Detective Arms should be here in court now. Would you please show Detective Arms to the stand? Oh, and this is where case 1. Oh, I have an announcement, everyone. What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial. Okay, so this is where chapter 1 comes in, between chapter 4. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode. Explode? Oh shit. A bomb, now. Everybody run! I don't want to die! Oh no, everyone's panicking.
Silence!
Headless chickens with the death wish, the lot of you, calm yourself. Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here. What about Mr. Starbuck's dream and who will carry out Clay's final wish? I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up. I refuse to let things end here. This is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die.
Come on, this way. Hey, ow, let me go. This is chapter 1. Apollo. Juniper, she isn't infatuated. You were right. Oh, no, not that way.
And then this is when chapter 1 happens. And we finally get our time order. To be continued. And I think that is where we will end it today. Oh. And I'm very excited. So, thank you for joining me today as we play some Ace Attorney. Give me a second. I'm gonna quickly put on some music and just switch to just the Just Chatting stream. I'm just gonna quickly switch to this one. Thank you so much for joining me today as we play Ace Attorney. So, I was originally going to continue tomorrow, however, my voice is not doing great, and I'm going to rest for another week and hope that it gets better for the end of case 4. But now, I'm going to check who I can raid. This person's just about stopped, so I'm gonna see whether I can raid someone else. Just having a look at more people. Woo! Well, I'm gonna look at somebody who's actually playing Ace Attorney, and what? Who's playing some Ace Attorney, because I'm going to drop you onto someone random. Let's see how long they've been going. Yeah, let's go for this person, I think. I think that's a good person to go with. Let's go with this person. I think that's how you do it. So this person is doing a bunch of... They are playing currently... I think they're playing literally the first game at the moment. So they're playing the first game with a bunch of voice actors. And I'm going to drop you onto them. Thank you so much for joining. You need a raid message. There you go. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next week. Have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Day, evening, or night. And I will see you next week. Give me a second.